All right, guys, here we go with another one. We've got the Red Sox and the Tigers today. This is June 4th, 1949. The replay is progressing. Red Sox come into this one a game behind the Indians, 25-18. The Tigers at 23-22. Here's Williams, who takes the ball high. Red Sox need this win. The Indians have won 4 straight. The Red Sox and the Yankees both a game behind together. There's a strike in there to Williams. Williams needs no introduction. 362, 505 on base percentage, and a 650 slugging percentage. Takes that one low. He has walked 46 times. It's fouled away. It's 2-2. Ted Gray on the mound. Throws ball 3 to Williams. It's a full count. Gray is 4-4 this season with a 3.15 ERA. There's a fastball high, and down goes Williams to first. And you don't want to walk anybody at the start of this Red Sox lineup. That brings up Vern Stevens, who's been in a little bit of a slump, if you call hitting 305 a slump. 417 on base percentage and a 554 slugging percentage. Speaking of which, that is hit over Wirtz's head, and that's an easy double for Stevens, and Williams goes to third. I barely got the words out of my mouth, and the Red Sox have runners on at second and third, and here comes Dom DiMaggio. As good as Williams and Stevens has been, DiMaggio has been even better. 371 is average, 462 on base percentage, and a 533 slugging percentage. Dom takes the ball. There's a fastball for a strike. And swing and a miss, 1-2 on DiMaggio, and that's hit over to deep right. Wirtz goes back and has that for the out, but both runners will move up after tagging. It's 1-0 Red Sox just like that. And here comes Billy Goodman. Goodman, who's hitting only .438, only 64 at-bats, but with a 507 on-base percentage and a 500 slugging percentage, the Red Sox definitely know how to hit. One away, runner on to third, and Goodman hits that one by the mound past everybody for a base hit, and that drives home the run. It's 2-0 Red Sox, and here's Al Zarilla. Zarilla's a good power hitter. He fouls one away. He's only hitting .250, though. There's one hit between first and second for a base hit, and Goodman moves up to second. That'll bring up Johnny Pesky. Pesky, for most teams here, could probably be the leadoff hitter. He's hitting sixth, hitting .295, 387 on base percentage, and he takes the strike of the knees. It's 0-1. Line drive, but not hit that well. Lipon goes over and grabs that 2 away, and here comes Bertie Tebbetts. I've talked a lot about Matt Batts. Tebbetts is not a bad catcher. He fouls one away, just a little bit older, and that's popped up over to left field. Hoot Evers has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Don Callaway here for the Tigers facing Mel Parnell. Parnell with a 1.94 ERA, 5-3 record. He throws the ball outside, and then there's the sinker low, 2-0 on Callaway. Ground ball to short. Stevens throws out Callaway easily, 1 away. Here's Hoot Evers, who fouls one off, 0-1. That's a ball high and inside, 1-1 on Evers, and that's high and tight. It's 2-1. Hard grounder towards short. Stevens blocks that one, but can't get out of his glove. That's a base hit for Evers. That'll bring up Vic Wirtz. Wirtz hitting .304, matching real life exactly. Takes the ball. That's grounded down the third base line. That's a fair ball bouncing into the corner. Here comes Evers around to try to score. Here goes the throw home. It's a poor throw, and Wirtz is able to take third as Evers scores. It's a 2-1 game in favor of the Red Sox. That'll bring up Johnny Groth. A little bit more action that we had in that Giants-Cubs game. Groth fouls one away, 0-1, and there's a strike over the plate, 0-2. That's popped up by third base, but gets out of play quickly here in Tiger Stadium. It remains 0-2. And that is in the dirt, got by Tebbetts, but hits the umpire, so it doesn't go anywhere. 1-2. There's a little ground ball over to Stringer at second, and down will go the runner from third, and that makes this a 2-2 game as Stringer throws out Groth for the second out. Here now is Johnny Lipon, and it's 2-2 just like that. Lipon takes a ball, and there's a slider that's high. It's 2-0. It's hit over to right center field between DiMaggio and Zarilla. That's going to be a single for Lipon. That'll bring up Aaron Robinson. So both teams with 3 hits in the first inning. These Tigers are an easy team to forget about. They have a good offense. And Robinson hits one wide of first through the hole for a base hit. And we'll play it safe with Lipon with 2 outs. And that brings up George Kell. Kell now hitting .281. He was in the 260s for a while. In real life, as you know, and as I keep mentioning, he did win the batting title, .343, over Ted Williams. Kell takes the ball low. Bouncer over to Pesky, the third baseman, throws to first, and we go to the top of the second. Here is Lou Stringer, who takes the strike. Second baseman for the Red Sox, and takes a ball. He's hitting only .190. It's popped up, and it's Callaway who has that one away. Now Mel Parnell, who hits a ground ball over back to Gray, who throws to first, 2 gone, and here is Ted Williams. Williams takes a ball, and that one misses again, 2-0. And that's inside. This ball 3 on Ted, and that's low. So 4 straight pitches. Williams will walk once again. 2 walks by Gray. They both belong to Ted Williams. And here's Vern Stevens, who takes the ball inside. That's another ball to him. 309 now is average, and that's inside again. 3-0 the count on Stevens, and that's wide. Walk number 3 by Gray, and here comes Dom DiMaggio, and he's just digging this hole ever deeper. DiMaggio can do a lot of damage, and there's a pitch that is low, and that's a wild pitch, and the runners move up easily. And that means it's 1-0 on DiMaggio with first base open, but we're going to pitch to him. That's outside. It's ball 2. Swing and a miss finally, so after 10 straight balls, there's a strike. That's hit hard past third, but foul. 2-2 on Dom. Liner over third, and that'll go to the corner. And my goodness, that's a double for Dom DiMaggio. So we had deuces wild, and he ends up with a deuce of his own. And it's a 4-2 game now for the Red Sox. And it brings up who else but Billy Goodman, who already has a hit today and drove in a run. DiMaggio's driven in 3. Here comes Goodman. Takes the ball inside. 1-0 on Billy. That's fouled away. 1-1. Pop up right side and foul. 1-2 on Billy. There's a ball low and outside. 2-2. And that's ball 3 outside. Full count now on Billy. And there's a pitch that's high. And that brings up Alex Zarilla with runners on at first and second. And Ted Gray really is starting to struggle out there. 41 pitches already. There's a strike to Zarilla, and that's hit over to third base. And that is between the legs of Kell. That's going to be an error. And that loads the bases for Johnny Pesky. Gray's about to get himself out of this ball game. There's a strike to Pesky. The chopper down the first base line. It's 0-2 on Johnny quickly, and that's low. 1-2. Fastball's high. 2-2 on Johnny. It's fouled away. Way outside. Full count on Pesky. And that's a swing and a miss by Johnny Pesky, and down he goes, and we go to the bottom of the second. So Gray barely made it out of that one. It's a 4-2 ball game for the Red Sox. Here's now Neil Berry, who lines that went down the third base line just foul. It's 0-1 on Neil. That's low. 1-1. Hit to right center field. Right fielder Zarilla's there for the out. 1 away. Here is Gray. Fouls 1 off. Hits a ground ball over to Goodman at first, and he does it to the bag himself. 2 away, and here is Don Callaway. Fouls 1 away again. 0-1. Callaway's 0-for-1 today. 0-2 quickly now on Callaway. And that's wide. 1-2. Hits through first and second for a base hit. Hit number 5 for the Tigers. Don is 1-for-2. And here comes Hoot Evers. Hitting .313 is Hoot, and hits a ground ball over to shortstop. Stevens flips over to Stringer, and they get the force out. We go to the top of the third. It'll be Bertie Tebbets, and Gray needs to throw some strikes. He starts Bertie off with the ball and then has a strike, 1-1. Popped up towards first base. Callaway in foul territory makes the catch. There's 1 away. Lou Stringer now takes the ball close, 1-0. Fouls away a high one. It's 1-1, and that's wide. 2-1 is the count on Lou. And there's another strike. It's 2-2, and there's a swing and a miss of that one. Ted Gray will wind up with his second strikeout, and that'll bring up Mel Parnell. Strike in there to Parnell, and there's a foul ball. It's 0-2 quickly. That's on the inside corner for strike 3, and we go to the bottom of the third. Vic Wirtz comes up here for the Tigers. Wirtz, 307, 1-for-1 today, and takes the ball high. Scored a run, drove in a run. It's inside. It's 2-0 on Wirtz. That's a strike in the outside corner, 2-1. Ground ball over to Pesky at third. He throws to first. There's 1 away. Johnny Groth now takes a strike. And there's a ball. 1-1 on Johnny. And that's hit back to Parnell. And he's able to grab that one on the fly for the out. There's 2 away. And here's Johnny Lipon. That's a slider low for a ball. That's low again. 2-0 on Johnny, and that's bounced to third, and that gets through Pesky for a base hit. Hit number 6 for the Tigers. They're behind 4-2, but they've got more hits, and here comes Aaron Robinson. Lots of singles by the Tigers as Robinson fouls 1 away. There's a ball, 1-1. And that gets by Tebbets. It's going to be a wild pitch charge to Parnell, and Lipon moves to second easily. And here is another chance for Robinson. 2-1 is the count. There's a strike. He chases that one down and in, 2-2. And that is called strike 3, and Parnell gets out of the inning, and we go to the top of the fourth. Ted Williams, once again, has walked twice and hits a fly ball, this time over to Everson left for the first out, 1 away. Vern Stevens takes a strike, belts that one deep to right. Wirtz goes back just in front of the crowd, makes the catch, 2 away. Here's DiMaggio, and Dom takes the ball. Ground ball second base over to Barry, who goes to first, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. So it's gone all quiet now, and here is George Kell. Kell takes a ball, fouls one away, and another ball, 2-1. Swing and a miss the outside fastball, 2-2. Takes that for ball 3, full count. It's fouled away. Count remains full. It's out and away for ball 4, and so Kell goes off to first base, and here comes Neil Barry. Barry up there hitting .218. Takes the strike and tries to bunt, and that's bunt into the dirt. It's 0-2 on Neil. And that is a ball on the corner, 1-2. Holds up on that one, 2-2 on Barry. And he holds up again as a full count on Barry. And that's called ball 4. And so Barry gets the walk and goes down to first base. That's the first walk given up by Mel Parnell, who doesn't walk that many. And here comes Ted Gray. You know the infield's going to be into the corners, and we're going to try to have him bunt anyway. Bunt down the third base side is foul. It's 0-1. Sacrifice that is popped up, and Parnell diving off the mound makes the catch. Good play by Mel. There's one away, and here's Don Callaway. Callaway's hitting .362, hits that foul ball to the left side, 0-1. And there's a strike to Callaway. It's 0-2, and that's high and inside. 1-2 is the count. And that's a line drive single to center field. Here comes Kell, and we're going to hold him up, I think, for the time being. That loads the bases for Hoot Evers with only one out, and let's see what Hoot can do. There's a strike, and a bouncer over to deep short. Stevens on to Stringer for one and on to first, and Goodman makes the catch for the double play, and we go to the top of the fifth. Should have sent him is the sentiment, and we go to the top of the fifth inning. Here's Billy Goodman for the Red Sox. Takes the ball, then hits a ground ball over to Lipon at short and is thrown out at first, one away. Al Zarilla now takes the ball, and there's another one wide. It's 2-0 on Al. Ground ball towards Lipon, throws to first, 2 gone. Johnny Pesky swings and misses at one for a strike, and then takes a ball high. And that fastball's inside, 2-1 on Johnny. Grounder left side through the hole for a base hit, and that'll bring up Bertie Tebbets. So there's a runner on at first base for Bertie. 4-2 Red Sox still as Tebbets fouls one pitch away. Ground ball to Barry. He throws over to first for the third out, and we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's Vic Wirtz to lead this off for the Tigers. And there's a ball low to Wirtz, 1-0, and that's fouled away. 1-1 is the count. Sinker in the outside corner is 1-2 on Wirtz, and there's a ground ball to Stevens, who throws to first, one away. Johnny Groth now takes the strike. Pops that one up over to Dom DiMaggio, and there's 2 away, and here's Johnny Lipon. Takes a strike at the knees. There's a one hopper over to Pesky, the third baseman, who throws to first, and we go to the top of the sixth. Still a 4-2 ball game. Lou Stringer takes the ball, hitting .174. There's a strike, 0 for 2 today. Pops that one up to second base. Barry's got that one away. Mel Parnell now takes a strike, and another strike. It's 0-2. And it's grounded up the middle, and Barry's got it on to first, 2 gone. And here is Ted Williams, who's 0 for 1 today with the 2 walks, scored twice, and he quickly takes 2 balls. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit, and that means Williams is 1 for 2. That'll help the average, and here comes Vern Stevens. Stevens is already 1 for 2 today, and he takes a ball with Williams on at first. There's a strike. It's 1-1, and that's on the inside corner for another strike, 1-2. And that's strike 3 looking. A good pitch by Gray, and we go to the bottom of the sixth. So Gray has struck out 4 and walked 4. Here comes Aaron Robinson. Robinson is 1 for 2 as he takes his ball. Hits a base hit over to center field. DiMaggio bobbles that a little bit, and Robinson able to make it to second on the error by DiMaggio. That'll bring up George Kell with a chance to score a run. Still 4-2 Red Sox. We've been kind of quiet in terms of runs so far. That's a high ball over to Kell, 1-0. Way outside, it's 2-0 on George, and that's fouled away. 2-1 is the count. Low and outside is that sinker. It's 3-1. And there's a strike. Full count now on George. Pop up out of play. There's a ground ball up the middle. Stringer, second baseman, throws to first for the out, but Robinson moves to third. There's 1 away. Here now is Neil Barry, who fouls 1 away. They're in on the corners. And what happened here, that was a ground ball over to Pesky. Backhand grab on that, throws over to first. Barry is called safe at first, but he looked like he was up from the point of view of the broadcaster. And so that is a base hit, and that's a base hit in the key part of this game. The run scores. The run would score anyway, and now it's a 4-3 ball game in favor of the Red Sox. That brings up Ted Gray with Barry on at first. There's a strike, swing and a miss by Gray. Popped up over to center field. DiMaggio's got that for the out. There's 2 away, and here comes Callaway again, 2 for 3 today, and he takes the ball inside, hitting .373. Hit over to left center field. DiMaggio, the center fielder, has that for the out, and we go to the top of the 7th. But the Tigers got one back. It's 4-3, and here is Dom. DiMaggio today is 1 for 2, and he takes the ball. There's a fastball in tight, 2-0. Inside, 3-0. Gray has lasted this whole time. I thought I was taking him out in the second inning. Full count now. DiMaggio swings and misses at 1, and that's way outside for ball 4, and so DiMaggio takes a stroll down to first. And once again, that brings up Billy Goodman. There's no place to rest in this Red Sox lineup. Goodman is 1 for 2 today, hitting .439. And there's one fouled away in the dirt. And there's another strike on the corner, 0-2. And that's a fastball high. It's 1-2. Hanger is high, 2-2. Hit over to right center field. Wirtz going back, and what a catch by Wirtz to get the out. There's 1 away. Here's Al Zarilla. Zarilla's 1 for 3, and he takes a strike. Ground ball right side. Callaway goes to first to Gray with it, and DiMaggio goes up to second. There's 2 out, and here's Johnny Pesky. There's a strike in there to Johnny, and then a ball low. And that's a base hit to left field by Pesky. That will send DiMaggio to third, and Pesky's on at first. 2 outs, runners on the corners here now for Bertie Tebbetts, and Gray really is starting to struggle. 106 pitches, and I'm not sure how much longer we'll stick with him. There's a ball to Tebbetts, and then a strike, 1-1. Fastball's high. It's 2-1 on Bertie. And there's a strike, 2-2. And he went around on that one. That's strikeout number 5 for Gray, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Still 4-3 Red Sox, and here is Hoot Evers. Evers is 1 for 3, and he takes the ball inside. And there's another one inside. It's 2-0 on Hoot. Liner to second, through for a base hit. Evers now is 2 for 4, 10 hits for the Tigers. This will bring up Vic Wirtz, and they're going to be in on the corners looking for a bunt. We're going to have Wirtz swing away. Takes the ball, 1-0. That's low again, 2-0 on Vic. Has popped up and out of play, 2-1. Bouncer to left side, and Stevens has it on to Stringer for 1, and back on to Goodman for a double play. So twice we've taken the risk, and twice it has not paid off. Now Johnny Groth fouls one off, 0-1. That's fouled back again. It's 0-2 on Johnny, and that's fouled up and out of play. 0-2 it remains. Hit to the left side. Pesky with it on to first. We go to the top of the 8th. Ted Gray stays in there a little bit longer, and there's a ball to Stringer, 1-0, and there's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Swing and a miss on that one, 1-2, and there's a fly ball center field. Groth has that for the out, 1 away. Mel Parnell now takes the strike, and a ball inside, 1-1. Fisted up, and Lipon has that for the second out, 2 away. Here comes Williams. 1 for 2 today as he takes the ball. That's hit over to right center field. Groth and Wirtz both go back. And that baby's gone. That is a home run for Ted Williams, and that makes us a 5-3 ball game quickly. Williams now with 10 home runs in the season. That'll bring up Vern Stevens. Takes the ball high. Gray needs to get out of this game. 1-1. There's a pitch inside. It's 2-1 on Stevens. Fastball's inside for a 3-1 count. And that's high. And let's take a look here and see what's going on here. We're going to take him out right now. It's going to be Marv Grissom is going to come in here to pitch for Gray. Dom DiMaggio comes up next. 9.49 ERA for Grissom, and he promptly gives up a base hit to Dom DiMaggio. So DiMaggio is 2 for 3. Williams was 2 for 3. Stevens is 1 for 3. Both DiMaggio and Stevens are on base, and here's Billy Goodman, who's 1 for 3, and it's 0-2 quickly on Billy. There's a ball, 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss on that, and we go down to the bottom of the 8th inning. Johnny Lipon leads this off for Detroit, so Detroit does get out of the jam. Strike in there to Lipon, and then that is inside, and Lipon was hit by the pitch, and that'll bring up Aaron Robinson as there's a runner on first base now for the Tigers. It's not over yet. Robinson takes the ball, and another ball low. Sliders 2 loads, 3-0. And there's a strike, 3-1, And there's ball 4 low. And so that'll bring up George Kell with runners on first and second. We've seen this before in this replay. George Kell coming up in a real crucial moment of a crucial game. He gets a base hit here. You can forget about all those times he was the GOAT. Ripped to left field, but Williams is there to make the catch, and we have to hold the runners. One away, and here is Neil Barry. You know Barry's going to be bunting. Bunted out back front, and Parnell makes the play, throws over to the shortstop Stevens covering at third for the force out, and there's 2 away, and that was a great play by Mel Parnell. Quick thinking, and there's going to be a pinch hitter here now. It's going to be Bob Swift. So Swift will come in here to hit for the pitcher. Bottom of the 8th inning, 2 away, and Swift, first pitch swinging, hits one over to DiMaggio in center for the out. And who's going to come in? I think it's going to be Stubby Overmeyer coming in here for the Tigers to pitch up against Al Zarilla. 0-1 is his record, 4.91 ERA, and there's a ball to Zarilla. Al is 1 for 4. Takes another ball. There's a changeup for a strike, 2-1, and there's a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-2. Popped up and out of play. Ground ball right side past Barry for a base hit number 10 for the Red Sox, and here's Johnny Pesky. Ground ball, third base. Kell, great play, goes to second for 1 and on to first for the double play. And here comes Bertie Tebbetts. Takes the ball outside. It's hit over third base for a base hit, and that'll bring up Lou Stringer. There's a change up in there for a ball, and that's smoke between first and second, and it's going to be the first baseman, Callaway, who fields that, flips over to Overmeyer covering at the bag, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Here is Don again, 2 for 4 today. Ground ball towards short. Stevens on to first. 1 gone. Evers takes the ball. 1 away. Bottom of the 9th. Hits one over to Stevens at short, who throws to first. There's 2 away, and here comes Vic Wirtz. Wirtz takes the ball outside. And there's a strike. 1-1. Another strike. It's 1-2 on Vic. The ball outside, 2-2. And there's a good breaking ball for strike 3. Second strike out of the game for Mel Parnell. And that does it. So Parnell gets the complete game victory. The Red Sox win this one 5-3. They showed a lot of flair with the bats in the early part of the game, and then it was Williams' home run that really put it away. Red Sox now are half a game behind the Indians and hoping for a Cleveland loss today. We'll see that game. That's going to be the next game. So in 2 days, we will see the Indians playing against the Athletics in what should be a key one because Philadelphia is only 2.5 games out of first. Hope you enjoyed this one, and there's a lot more action to come. I'll talk with you again later. Bye.